Marcus, I'm sure you guys expected Houston's desperation to only increase, like being down 3-0, and it kind of mounts almost after every win that you had prior. Where do you feel like that stands as you head back to LA for Game 5?
Same thing. They came out. They split 1-1. But now got to go back to our house. So we'll see them there.
Marcus, 24 turnovers, I believe, was the second most you guys have had in a game this season. Just what needs to change going into Game 5, and where do you think those turnovers stem from today?
Just a little bit of lackadaisical from us. Shots weren't falling early. We was getting to the rim. A lot of contact, wasn't getting the call. So, it played a part, but we'll be all right. It's part of it. We've been playing our asses off for these last 3 to 4 games, right? So we understand. They came out. They did, like I said, they did their job. So we just bring it back to LA and we'll see them there.
Marcus, you mentioned just how hard the series has been, just physical. How much of the mistakes do you think were kind of mental fatigue and how much were physical fatigue, and how do you kind of recover in the next 2 days before Game 5?
Majority of them was mental, but we were dropping passes. Myself included. I was throwing passes to guys' legs, normal passes that we make on a regular basis, right? But it's something we got to clean up. We know it. We understand it. It's not going to get easier. We understand that, but we've played this team, for 4 games now. In the first 3, we did very well. So we understand it. Just got to continue to stay poised and get through it.
Marcus, when you have a 3-1 lead going home, do you allow yourself to get comfortable, or
No.
that's just not the case at all?
It's not the case at all. We came out and, tonight and we tried. We just didn't have it. That's part of it. But, they had the crowd behind them, a little bit more energy because of that. But, no, there's no time for let up. Now they got to come to our house and we get our home crowd behind us and we get that momentum to in our house. So, but, no, definitely no let up.
You guys have been a lower volume 3-point shooting team since losing Luka and Austin. And that's one way, you can increase your margins within a game. Hot 3-point shooting are a lot of threes. With that being the case, how much, I guess, stress does that put on the other margins which you can win a game? I mean, not just specifically against Houston, but just generally for you guys.
The way you look at it, anything we do, if you're not making shots, 3s, 2s, whatever, right, it's obviously going to put a lot of pressure on all those margins, and especially with this team who does a really good job creating turnovers, and creating second chances for themselves. But like you said, we've been a low-volume shooting 3-point team since we lost our 2 big dogs, right? So that isn't the case for us where we're going to rely on it. Now, we got to make some shots, obviously, and we will. We got 2 of the best shooters in the league, right? That's just what it is. Tonight was night, just didn't fall. Get back in the lab and turn it around.
I know it was a tough night for the team, but is the silver lining the way Deandre played, his contributions, and also just can you comment on the way he had composure after the flagrant foul went against him?
Yeah, it's been tough for DA. Just, we've been hard on him. He's been hard on himself. You guys have been hard on him. And it's all good, though. He's been embracing it, and, trying to get better and better. And today he showed that. He came out. We relied on him a little bit more. He made plays for us. And then, obviously, the ejection. We all understood it was some BS, right? That's what we felt. He was just trying to brace himself. 2 guys who were sweating, they butts off playing the game. His arm slips up, right? But we're proud of the way he handled it, and I think that just speaks volumes about who he is and his progression, right? He's learning. He could have easily, and it probably would have been justifiable if he went off, right? But to keep his composure and stay positive, I think that's only going to help him and this team.
Marcus, kind of speaking to that, what was kind of your view of some of the back and forth that happened at midcourt at the end of the game there?
Hilarious. Very hilarious.
Marcus, you guys survived to 20-plus turnover performances in games 1 and 3. What were some of the things that you were looking for going into Game 4 to try to prevent those, and why did that not work tonight?
Just take care of the ball, execute, and, relieve pressure off our ball handlers in any way we can. They did a good job tonight. They've been doing that, this whole series. So, yeah, it's nothing that we haven't seen. It's nothing that we haven't dealt with. We just got to be better. We understand it. We know it, and we will be. Thanks, Marcus. Thank you guys so much.